Today I'm making chocolate cherry Danish. I am Grammy and welcome to my kitchen. For this recipe, I went really simple. Where has this rolled puff pastry been my entire life? Oh my goodness. So delicious. You simply are going to use prepared puff pastry dough that you get at your local market. You roll it out. Yeah, there might be, like mine had a few cracks. Maybe if I don't know, had a different brand, it wouldn't do that, but it all worked out. And you cut that into, this one, into 12 equal sized squares. Mine were not equal sized, ignore that, but do your best to make them equal. And then you simply just put on 10 to 15 to 20, I should say, chocolate chips onto those squares. Make sure your oven is preheated to 400 degrees. And then you get your canned cherry pie filling, making sure to put 4 to 5 cherries on top of those chocolate chips on the squares. And then after you have that done, you are going to bring up the corners and pinch them closed. So you make this cute little pocket where your chocolate chips and your cherries hang out. So you just simply pinch the corners, and you see me pinching them. It goes pretty quickly. And don't worry if some of your cherry stuff is falling out, or if it just doesn't look that pretty, because these things puff up, because it's puff pastry, that's the puff, when they bake, and it covers a multitude of sins when it comes to doing these. I thought mine looked like a hot mess, but they turned out great, as you will see in a little bit. I would say mine turned out like rustic, because they weren't like identically of the same size. But it just went very, very quickly. All right, and then you're going to put them in the oven at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. You can check, if you get to that 15-minute mark and yours are golden brown, then they're done. If you need a little bit more time, take a few more minutes. Meanwhile, you're going to make a nice little frosting. And what I used is I did 2 tablespoons of softened butter. I used the salted butter for this. And then you're going to add about 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, 3/4 cup to a cup, a little splash of vanilla, and then you're going to use your whisk to whisk this frosting. You also need to add 2 tablespoons of milk. I used canned milk. Canned milk has a really nice flavor. It made a wonderful frosting. When your pastries are done, make sure they cool completely before you put the frosting on. They have to be completely cool. And I just used my whisk to drizzle the frosting over the top of my rustic pastries, and they looked great. They were fantastic, actually. My mouth is watering for one because they were so delicious, and I couldn't believe how easy they were to make. So my final product looks like this, and I say, Papa, what do you think of these pastries?
Grammy's given us a real treat tonight. A chocolate cherry Danish. And it looks delicious. All I have to say is, good job.